Hey, this is Stacia, and we're going to take a look at a game that I played in the Tuesday Tussle. Now, actually, this game I played quite a while ago, but I'm about to play the same opponent with the same color in a tournament game in about 45 minutes online. So I'm going to take this opportunity to review this past game. And, well, this is a bit of opening preparation / game analysis. So we'll do a little of both, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. Okay, let's have a look. So the first thing I want to do is show you that this is my database. It's probably not that practical because it takes a lot of work, but I actually enjoy it, so I just like it. So I tend to I log all my games in this log. My nickname is Baba. My niece and nephew call me that. And I'm really their auntie, though. And, okay, well, I've had white against my old coach / current coach / opening theorist, Jim Anteline. Now, he's a tough player, especially in the opening, which is why he helps me a lot with my opening choices. And, well, you can see here that I've had white against him 3 times recently. I'm not sure if all the games are in here, but I have some different choices here. If I play e4, I just might get a 2 knights defense. If I play e4 and go into a king's gambit, I would get a shallop most likely. That is an option, but I'm pretty much settled on playing this, the Catalan. I think I'm going to play this again. Now, he's probably expecting e4 or d4, so it's nice that I can play both. And so I think I am going to go into this one. So I just want to quickly go over my notes from last time. So I said last time he took on c4 and I played queen a4 check, regaining the pawn. We'll see that shortly. Now I should have played queen c2 instead of queen d3. I always make note of like my first mistake of the game or first inaccuracy to learn from that. Oh, and the reason was he couldn't take the pawn on d5. And of course I'm not going to post this video until after this game, so totally okay to review it however we want. The reason I won was he blundered a backwards knight capture and time pressure. Yeah, in fact, I recall this game now, and I do remember that he was winning at one point, but he missed the win somehow. But we were both in time pressure. Okay, and I guess that's all I noted about this game. So enough of that, right? Let's have a look. But the cool thing is that I have the game and I save all the PGNs, so I was able to pull this back up. All right, and I am curious when this was played. This was played in November of last year, so November 2020. So, okay. Yeah, and that's probably the last time I've had white against him. So d4. I'm going to play this same move. d5 and c4. So this is a queen's gambit. This is my old repertoire before I switched to e4. e6, knight f3. I always preferred knight f3 to knight c3 because you avoid, the nimzo. And kg3, and we have a Catalan. Very standard looking so far. Okay, so he took the pawn this game. It's no guarantee he'll play that way again, but my typical response is to try and regain the pawn immediately with queen a4 check. Being the player I am now compared to then, I don't like queen a4 check that much. I'd almost rather invite the complications. The reason I might not, though, is that he does know a lot of theory, probably more than I do on this line, especially if he looked it over. But that being said, let's at least look at it. I can play bishop g2, I knew this, but then he goes a6, so looking to play, b5. But if he does play b5, I guess these are my notes from when I analyzed, then the rook will be hanging. And I even think there are some lines where black can sack the exchange. So if a6, I literally could castle. And yeah, b5 is a move. Look at that. b5 is a move. So can I play knight e5? Okay, and he should go knight d5. Oh yes, clogging the diagonal. And then I can go a4, attacking the pawn. This is reminding me of my new Queen's Gambit games where I try to hold on to my pawn. So this is all pretty interesting. So yeah, his pawn is pinned. So what would he do? Yeah, it says bishop b7. Okay, that defends the rook. And then here, b3 is the move. Or I could just play e4. So if b3, we're attacking the head of the pawn chain, it says c3. That's pretty annoying. So then I go e4, kicking the knight. And he doesn't even move the knight. He should play b4 here. Wow. So I assume we take the knight. He takes. And, wow, his compensation is this. That looks pretty nice. It's like a protected pass pawn. Like practically in the opening. So, then I go queen h5, and I'm going to try to attack. g6, defending. Queen h3. Well, this would be a messy game for sure. I'm not sure if I like it, though. This does look... I don't know if I love this. So, okay, let's just say that I follow the game from before, and I go queen a4 check. All right, last time he played knight to c6. I do recall him saying that he messed that up, that he should go knight b to d7. He said after the game. And I'm sure he's watching this video, so hi. So if you want to weigh in for any of us, that would definitely be, you know, appreciated. Okay, so here it actually says once again I can play bishop g2. But now it's scoring a little better for black, it looks like. So I guess, you know, if I'm going to hold on to the pawn, I should do it earlier. But even this is supposed to be pretty equal for black. Like a6, they're going to come kick my queen. And then I could play queen c2. That's what I would typically do. b5. Bishop g2. Wow, it scores really good for black. It's like all draws and... So I'm guessing c5. Yeah, c5 is going to come in very soon. If it could even come in now. But I just castle and allow it, I guess. c5. Okay, and once black gets in c5 like this, their opening issues are almost over. All black has to do is this, and they're going to be just fine. So for that reason, I guess a4. We'll use the engine here. Yeah, black's better in this line. So, you know, it's... Yeah, I might just play... I just might play bishop g2 here. Just might do it. So if I do that, looks like the computer likes c5, a6 is a move. a6 I castle. Knight c6, attacking my e pawn, but it's defended. I just go e3, bishop d7, and I go queen e2, threatening the pawn, b5. The knight is guarded, but he is sort of pinned. I'll attack the pawn chain. Oh, look at this. So this is different. Black does have a nice queenside majority already, though, but our rook's open. So bishop e7 here, bishop e2. I just like to look at the main lines to maybe get a feel for some of the ideas, but of course it will only help so much. Rook c1. Knight b4. Okay, what does knight b4 do? I think he wants to play c5. It says, you know, the knight just left that square, so I'll hop on in. Knight f to d5. Yeah, those knights are good. But looks like I'm going to get e4. Also, this knight's pinned. Knight to a3. That's my knight comes to a3. I would not think of knight to a3. Well, the computer wants e4. Attacking the knight. So the knight would have to come back. And then it wants knight a3. Wow. I don't understand that move. So if I don't understand it, I don't want to play it. Yeah, I think the game will be maybe more complicated, more interesting if I play this way. So I am leaning towards that. But that being said, let's go over the existing game from last time. So queen a4, check, knight c6, and queen takes c4 is how I played it. And his knight was supposed to go to this square. Now, is it a huge difference? I mean, probably not. It's just that the knight is in the way of the c-pawn. Also, if he wants to play either b6 or b5, that knight will be hanging. So if he wants to put his bishop here, the knight probably shouldn't be there because it's going to slow down his queenside development. But did I know that during the game? Not at all. Not at all. And hey, I'm moving my queen, you know, at least 3 times because the queen will be hit by b5. So, okay, so a6, intending b5. I'm sure I either moved the queen or played bishop g2. I did go bishop g2. Yeah, and I remember thinking queen to d7 was a weird looking move during the game. But he wanted to defend his knight. I think that's the point of that move. And if he comes to this square, I might be able to play bishop f4. So queen d7 is intending, you know, b5, bishop b7. Okay, so I castled. I expected b5, I'm sure, yep. And here's why I went queen to d3. So this is my note. So if I wanted to follow this game, I could. Good chances that he wouldn't play knight c6 this time, though. Another good chance is that he'd be ready for queen c2. So I think I'm better off playing crazy and letting him hang onto the pawn. So, and it's g45, so I think, you know, it's more fun for it to be interesting when we actually have time to think. Rook b8, he played here. Rook to d1. So first of all, I do believe I have a flash card on this exact position. After queen to c2, the reason I didn't play this game is look at the pawn. My d pawn has now been undefended. So, okay, why can't black just take it? Well, if he takes it right now, what is the idea? Looks pretty simple, actually, doesn't it? If I take here and he takes here, I take the rook. So, basically, he cannot take that. So, that's why queen c2 is just fine. And if we follow what the engine wants from here, let's see, knight b4. That's another reason I didn't want to play that. But I calculated knight b4 after queen d3 as well. And it just says queen b3 and white's a lot better. Or queen d1. Always retreat. I like queen b3 better. Yeah, and that I like. Look, the queen probably shouldn't be on d7 because now I open my bishop and Well, do I take that bishop? Yeah, I don't think I would want to. I don't want the queen here. So computer's saying the same thing. So instead, bishop to d2, attacking the knight. Now the knight needs to be defended. He could take my bishop first. Yeah, I don't like that part of it, but apparently I'm better somehow. So queen b7 check, f3. Never play f3, but in this case we're gonna get e4, and that's not a bad structure. It's looking like a pretty nice structure actually. And then I could go, well, he could go a5. Wow. Oh, I thought a4. a5, protect the knight. All right. And then rook c1. Does that stop c5? Not so sure about that. Apparently it does. So yeah, it very much stops c5. I would take it. Now I could win a pawn. So now I can win a pawn. Yeah, he can't take back, right? Yeah, he could. Why not? No, the rook. Yeah, okay, so it does stop c5. Okay, let's go back into the game. Queen d3 is what I played instead. So next time I'll be more mindful about, this. Rook b8. So he's definitely wanting to be able to move his knight and play c5. I think that's what that was. Rook d1. Okay, knight b4. Queen b3. Oh, okay, I didn't realize I played this in the game. Yeah, and I guess white's better here. White's quite a bit better here. So if we got a game similar to this, I wouldn't be upset. But I don't think we will, though. I think he'll know the line better next time. Queen d5. Yeah, and this move I kind of missed. Looks like I'm going to have to trade queens. Or do I? Do I have to trade queens? I allowed my pawns to get doubled last time. Yeah, probably not the best approach. Better is bishop d2, I guess. Well, that also allows it. Yeah, it does. So what's the deal here? Knight c2. Rook a5. Is this knight going to get out? I mean, he has this. Whoops. He has this square. So I think yes. And but I do like my development compared to black's, and that's kind of what I was banking on during the game. Okay, in the game, I did play that move. Now, I remember the computer said trading queens is good, but why? Let's try to figure it out. Why on earth would we want to trade queens here? That's my question. If takes, knight takes. I mean, either knight could take. I don't really know. Do you guys know? Well, let's see if the computer can shed some light. If I take, I mean, I would think taking either way is just fine. Computer even likes taking with a pawn. But let's just use this one for example. It says knight bd2. Okay, that's not exactly the most forcing move, but it does develop a piece. And when he comes in here, we just go rook b1. And now what? a5 could be played. Knight f1. Okay. I guess I'm better developed and... Okay, I would not know that white is better here. It doesn't feel like it to me. I'm sort of at a loss here. I think it's because we're going to get e4 and have the center. And then black's not fully developed. So is e4 coming? I don't see e4 in these lines at all. Over here. So I have no clue. Maybe it's because he won't get c5. He could get c5 right now, right? I mean, I guess he can't play c5 because he needs to finish development. So bishop to b7, bishop d2. Maybe the whole point is that we finish development first. So we're attacking that pawn, so they move it. Now we're attacking the knight. Yeah, we get an initiative. That's basically what it is. Back here. Now we kick the knight. Back here. And now we could play knight e5, bishop a5. I guess black could play c5 now. Well, I think it was the development like I thought during the game. But I wanted to trade queens this way because he had to spend another tempo. And bishop e7. Okay, he can't play c5 if the pawn is pinned. But he attacked my knight. I took the pawn. Oh wait, this isn't what really happened. Oh, it is what really happened. This must be the real game. Yeah, I did that. He blocked. Stuck my knight on e5. e4. f3. Yeah, So right here I should go king f3. Not the first move that would jump in my mind. Stepping in front of the pawn. But, stops the knight from coming in. I mean, why can't I go f3? Is there a reason? Probably is. Maybe we don't want to give that up, or maybe a rook could come visit later. Oops. Yeah, f3 doesn't like. Yeah, and the best way to play is to reroute the knight to e3, I guess. Or is it? Maybe that was just my idea. Yeah, we ended up getting an endgame. Now, I don't wish to go through these moves in detail, but there was a moment that I want to point out when I grab a pawn. Yeah, I was majorly losing there for a while. So what happened? Even here I was losing. So what did I do wrong? Giving up that pawn was wrong. Also, yeah, he can take that. I can't take back. I thought I literally grabbed a pawn at one point. Yeah, he should have played. Oops. After king to c4 and this, he can play knight to d4. Wow. I guess he can. I mean, better be sure if you play that move, right? Like, the knight is pinned. I guess I can't attack the pinned piece, so it's fine. I would have to defend this way, but he can take it anyway, right? So, oh, look, computer says this first. Yeah, so this could be a rough game today. I'm not sure, but I hope you enjoyed looking at this with me. In the end, I'll show you the very end of it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, he was in time pressure and he missed this backwards knight move. So I think he probably resigned here. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. And so I need to not get too down on the clock because that could be an important factor for the result. So anyway, I feel a little more ready for the game. Very nervous to go into these complications, to be honest with you. So I'm probably going to look at some lines a little bit more before the game starts. But thanks and have a great day. Bye.